Peace, love, wholeness, family. Welcome back to my channel. If you're seeing this, that means the message is for you. So go ahead and receive it as it resonates. If it don't, just let it fly and keep it pushing, y'all. I hope y'all are doing well, taking care of yourselves. I do be cussing. I may cry. I speak in first and second person. So if any of that bothers you, just go on ahead and keep it pushing, y'all. It's not for you. I hope y'all are doing well, though. Okay. I had already prayed and pre-shuffled, so let's get right into the message. Yeah. Some of y'all could be in the energy of like resurrection, remembering, rebirth, okay? Let's see. Y'all could be feeling very inspired at this time. Very inspired creatively. Y'all could be feeling just a very inspirational energy. So just make sure you stay in your creative bag. Do what you love to do, right? Some of y'all could be even exploring new passions at this time. Yes, Spirit is saying you are successful here and now, and whatever you put your heart to, whatever you put your mind to, whatever you want to do that makes you feel fulfilled, do that, because you are successful and you will be successful. Even if you're learning something new, you are successful. Okay, so fuck the adversity. All right. And any opinions or projections, right? Any projections or opinions or the pressure, fuck all of that. Fuck all of the pressure, fuck all of the opinions, all of the projections. It's like, don't get me started. But yeah. They could be, okay, well, these three popped out at the same time, so we're just going to use them. We got peace, we got worry, and we got service. Okay. So what this is giving me, of course, there's, cross watchers in your energy. One, like, way too focused on you, first of all. Way too focused on your success, what you're doing. But go on ahead and have that courage, right? Continue holding on to your courage. You are successful here and now, regardless. All right, but what this is giving me, there could be somebody in your energy that could be worried about your service, or what it is that you feel called to do, or how it is that you feel called to show up. And to be honest, that energy is real life irritating. Right? Divine family, I feel like, first of all, you don't like nobody micromanaging you. You don't like anybody, regardless of what it is, you don't want nobody in your energy micromanaging you. Looking over your shoulder, worrying or wondering about what it is that you do or what it is that you're passionate about. It's like going to an event and everybody's asking each other, ooh, so what do you do? Right? That type of energy. And it's just like corny. It's corny to you. I feel like y'all are divine beings. You're more so a being in flow of your creative passions, doing what it is that you love to do without any pressures, without any expectations, without anybody looking over your shoulder, trying to clock what you got coming, right? Or trying to clock basically what the divine is calling you to do, right? That kind of energy irritates you and interrupts your flow. And I feel like there could be people in your energy worried, okay? Worried about it, watching you too hard about what it is that you're here to do. And I feel like that's why they, that's probably why they, fucking themselves up a little bit. I just seen 444 because they too pressed about, the societal pressure. They're too pressed about the game that doesn't even align with their core values, and then wondering why they feel you know, the way that they do, for real, for real. So be mindful, divine family, right? Be mindful, because I feel like you're releasing that as well. You're releasing that energy as well. I feel like for you, because it could be, you could hold that energy as well. When you really care about somebody, when you really love somebody, when you're being of service to somebody that you love, especially if it's like a devotional love, you could be micromanaging as well, right? You can care a lot about how your person feels. You could care a lot about how the people that you're loving on feels, right? And as a healer, right, that's natural to you. It's like you see the wounds, and you know how to get to the wound and what needs to happen, what needs to, you know, like a holistic kind of whatchamacallit, a holistic kind of initial what's it called, consultation when you are in alignment with somebody that you love. But you're in this energy of being mindful, because it could kind of be overbearing, if that makes sense. And you're learning how to let go of focusing too much on the people that you love and their flow, right? They have to be just like yourself. And I feel like the people in your energy that you're aligned with that do love you, they could be coming from this place too, but not really expressing it. Whereas it's like wanting you to get disciplined in your creative, like inflow of your creative passions, which is great, right? Which is great without the pressure, but with encouragement, right? Without the hating ass evil eyes, but with encouragement and support, right? When it comes to that side of it. But just to see it from a perspective of like both sides, right? I just wanted to like, for an example, say if you're a natural healer, right? You could be more experienced in that, reading your person and knowing how to heal people, rather like, say if they're more experienced creatively, they could know how to alchemize the energy and be more disciplined in creative flow, if that makes sense. So it's a balance, and both of y'all got to be mindful, or whoever's in your energy got to be mindful of that, because on both sides it's like developing the will within themselves, encouraging the people that you love, or encouraging the person that you love to have a strong enough will to move in flow of their highest, most righteous self, okay? Especially when it comes to your service and what it is that you're here to do, divine family. Yeah. Persevering and accepting your purpose, accepting your service, and being of service, being a vessel for the divine most high, being a vessel for God, being a vessel of your ancestors, and all known and unknown, right? Being a vessel and being of service the way that you feel called. And it's different for every single person, right? Allowing your person to be, right? To simply be. But that doesn't mean to enable behaviors that isn't really in alignment with their soul's purpose, or behaviors that isn't really in alignment with their highest, most righteous self, because they know their soul's purpose. You know your soul's purpose. Even if you don't know everything, it's written for you as you get more connected and deeply connected with your ancestors, with your God, with your higher self, right? So that's written individually, but making sure not to enable, if that makes sense, right? Allowing your person to be free, right? Or the people that you love. It could be friends, family, right? Soul family that you're aligning with. Allowing them to be free while also encouraging instead of enabling. Encouraging and holding their hand on their journey to righteousness, on their journey to being in their highest, most righteous path. If that makes sense. I hope that's making sense, y'all, because it's just coming out. It's just flowing out at this point. But let's see what we got. Let's see, just to clarify some more. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let me use, yeah, and it's like your family could have played a huge role in, first of all, if you're in alignment deeply with me and have been in survival mode, or even have been in survival mode, healing from your family, healing from your karmic family, healing from the traumas that you done been through with your karmic family and the projections that they try to place upon you. They have been in this energy trying to suppress your trying to suppress you, trying to suppress your expression, trying to suppress your creativity, trying to, especially on a large scale, the powers that were, trying to suppress, you know, poor people and our creativity. So it's a lot harder to get into being in your creative flow without really sacrificing too much or falling to the illusions that this fucked up ass system tries to portray as being in your, like, being in your creative flow. If that makes sense. I hope that's making sense. So to be in alignment with your highest, most righteous self and be in alignment with your creative flow righteously, it's a journey. It's definitely a journey, especially healing from trauma and especially healing from karmic family as well. That doesn't support you at all, right? That doesn't support your ideas, that doesn't support your creative flow, that is persistent and consistent on attacking you and shit like that, going through a lot of like spiritual warfare with your family and shit. But even if you have grown up a creative being, you could also have experienced restrictions, right? You could also be getting free from the binds or the projections of what your family wish to see you be, right? What your family is projecting onto you, what your family is, the boxes that your family wants you to stay in when it comes to your creative expression, when it comes to your expression. Okay, they wanted to suppress it and blame you. Okay, anyways, fuck them. Let's see. Peace. Oh, there could be some higher ups wanting to make peace with you. There could be some higher ups wanting to make peace with you, wanting to figure you out, basically. But at the end of the day, they've been watching you. So they could be trying to figure out a way to make peace with you. But at the same time, the divine law is the divine law. What's written is written. What's prophesied is prophesied. So they could try to work every which way around it that they want to try to keep up with their wicked tactics and their wickedness and their evilness. But it's not happening. It's not going. Just period. Because you are held in high honor. You are a divine empress. This main female. You are a gift and a blessing, right? To Mother Earth. To our earth, right? And to our people. So at the end of the day, you are who you are. And, you know, I feel like you're in this energy where you're open, right? You're at peace. You're open, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's already written. It's already prophesied. What's wicked is not going. Just period. Yep. And they could be worried about what's to come, but at the end of the day, we need our reparations. That's what I know. We need our reparations now. All this injustice towards our black and brown people, we need our reparations. So all this injustice towards our African American slave descendants, we need our reparations. Okay. There could be a masculine and yet energy who could be worried. Okay. Could be worried about a relationship with you. I do feel like you're in this energy where you're focused on taking care of you, and since you are doing it by yourself at this time and not really receiving the support that you deserve, because folks is, you know, too busy trying to worry about your purpose, right? Trying to worry about projecting what it is that you're destined to do, or what it is that you should be doing, instead of like actually supporting you or actually taking that action to be there for you, coming up off of these social medias and showing care, showing concern, showing, you know, emotional vulnerability the same way that you do, right? It could, you know, they could be in the energy wanting to hear from you, right? And we here now, but at the end of the day, it's still unrequited, right? It's still unrequited, and again, I feel like y'all is both in this energy, or whoever this mature man is, y'all is in this energy working, right? Focusing on yourselves, but then feeling like because at the end of the day, okay, this is what Spirit wants to say. It's like emotionally avoidant, emotionally unrequited, or emotionally non-reciprocal, right? So they're into their works, you're into your works, but there's a disconnect, right? Of course there is a disconnect because there isn't any connection, right? True, genuine support, true, genuine reciprocation. It's like they're hearing from you, they watching you, they watching your videos, they're on your platforms, they see you as this privileged lady or their privileged lady, and they constantly thinking about you. Okay, constantly thinking about a relationship. But listen, I feel like you're in this energy again, you're open, but I feel like with everything that you done been through the Divine Family, you're not really pressed to jump into a relationship, to jump into a commitment, right? If they're not showing up for you to, you know, genuinely support you, especially because of everything that you have been through in your life, you need something solid, right? Something solid that actually cares about you, that actually cares about your well-being, that actually cares about showing up for you, right? And not for their ego, right? It's one thing if we're of service and we're working all the time. Which, Divine Family, I feel like you like being in your flow as well, right? You like doing your thing too. You're very ambitious yourself, whether or not you're in feminine energy or not. But being in that energy, working all the time, is completely devoid of spirit, completely devoid of anything that the Divine Most High wants for y'all to nourish. So I feel like because you're in that, and because like you recognize that, and it's been like that for a minute, whether again, like I said, whether it's a relationship or friendships, right? You've been through a lot when you've been aligning with certain people. You've been through a lot when you've been aligning with certain people online. It's like everybody wants to, you know, hate on you for no reason, unprovoked. They can't really handle your energy, right? They don't got to, and they can just keep it pushing for real. Instead of holding on to you just to try to, I don't know, just to try to watch you when, you know, it's a lot of weight on your shoulders, Divine Family. Being as vulnerable as you are, being as honest as you are, being as authentic as you are. And I feel like it's real life exhausting. And you're just in this energy of being being more selfish, right? Being more selfish with your time, with your energy. And I feel like you're not pressed to jump into a relationship or to make that commitment until they can show you as the feminine energy. I feel like you have feminine and masculine energy, but I feel like you're exhausted. Yeah, you're exhausted, Divine Family. I feel like as a feminine energy, you need to feel safe with your person. You need to feel safe even in your friendships, right? You don't have, as an empress or an emperor, you don't have time for no fake ass that's living in your truth, living in your authenticity. You don't have no time for no fake ass connections, no fake ass relationships. You deserve intimacy. Let me pull messages, because I'm just channeling right now. So receive it as it resonates. You deserve genuine intimacy, whether it's in your relationships or even in your friendships, right? To go deep, to dive deep, to have the tough conversations, right? Relationships that are dedicated and devoted to healing, being their best self. It's a win-win, right? When both people want to do so, while also making a space for your shadow energy, making a space for nourishing your shadow energy as well. Being vulnerable with your close friends or your relationships, okay? So that you can grow, so that you can bloom, so that you can honor each other, so that you can honor yourselves, so that you can learn how to nourish genuine relationships in your life. Because with society today, and where the powers that were are trying to take it, they want us completely desensitized. They want us completely emotionless. They want us partnering up with these motherfucking robots. They want us desensitized, void of our humanity, our emotions, our souls. So you recognize the importance in diving deep, in being intimate, in having those intimate conversations, in taking off that mask. Okay, divine family? Or putting it on, right? Whatever you feel called to do. You recognize the importance of genuine, intimate relationships, not just co-workers, or not just having co-workers, or not being too hyper independent. Like, you love your lonesome, you love your independence, but at the same time, you know, when it depending on the relationships, right? I'm not saying, you know, me personally, you may resonate. I don't need too many friends around me. I don't need, listen, listen, or too many lovers either, just period. Because I do like to just be in my own flow. And I need to be in my own flow on a daily, being devoted to my ancestors, to my God, to the Divine Most High, being in flow as a mother too, raising my baby, raising my family, loving my family. So some of y'all could be in that energy too, but some of y'all don't have to be. You could also like to have many friends as well. That's cool too, but when it comes to nourishing genuine relationships in your life, I feel like that is what your soul is craving. You know, you may be able to do that with many different people, but you also may be very selective, right? And you may be selective, but at the same time, you know, just honoring your authenticity in every relationship, right? Trying to nourish genuine relationship, because you see where the game is trying to lead our people. You see where society is trying to lead our people. Desensitized, hyper independent, little mini colonizers, right? Capitalists, colonizers, little mini colonizers, right? To be in alignment with their game, right? The powers that were, the type of timing that they want y'all on, in fear, confused, delusional, sick, right? And so, Divine Family, I feel like you're breaking all of that. You're breaking those curses, breaking through those matrix, right? And your soul is craving more. So listen to your soul. Follow your heart. Okay? Dang, we didn't even pull no cards. Like, there could be a mature woman worried. All right. Service. Mature. Actually, let's do worry. Clear this. We got adjudication and we got main meal. There could be somebody from you, like there could be somebody from your past who really did you foul. Okay, it could be like a BD energy or a BM energy. Really did you foul, all up in your energy, worried about what it is that you're here to do. Mind your fucking business. Get the fuck on. That's how I feel. You're not in control of my life. Let it the fuck go. You disrespected me a plethora of times. I don't owe you shit. I don't owe y'all shit. Get the fuck on. That's how I feel. The fuck? The fuck are you giving me and mine? Not a damn thing. But hate and disrespect. With no remorse. I don't care how old you are. You don't get respect. I don't care if you're an elder or not. You don't get respect if you cannot give respect. You don't get respect if people give you respect and you just take advantage of that shit. No, not at all. It's not happening. So they could be in their head. Let's get another one. Okay, this could also be a mother figure of your person's as well, trying to figure out any old way to try to interfere. Like, mind your business. Mind your business. So these people in the energy could be worried. Yeah, they trying to take your relationship. Okay, they want to somehow try to figure out how to stop you from receiving love. Okay, let's get on. Okay, they could be worried because they're in bad health. They could be worried for trying to steal your inheritance. They could be worried for, yeah. And your inheritance could be anything. Your inheritance could be your finances. Your inheritance could be your place in God's promise, right? Your inheritance could be your place in a new world, right? Trying to steal your joy, trying to steal your peace, trying to steal your happiness by being so fucking wicked. Okay, well, Spirit is saying they're in bad health. Okay, just period. For being on that type of timing. It ain't nothing else. They could try to blame you all they want to, Divine Family. It ain't nothing else but for being on that type of timing against you, instead of loving you and supporting you in your blooming, in your expansion. But no, they want to intentionally try to trigger you into bad habits. They want to try to intentionally try to trigger you into being into succumbing to the lower vibration, so that they can have more control over your being. Like, no, just get the fuck on. Worry about yourself, okay? Yeah, somebody could be getting locked up, or they feel trapped in their head about you recognizing them being on this type of time. And your inheritance could also have been a house, okay, that they worried about you finding out about. They worried about passing, okay. They're worried about you taking care of yourself and what's going to happen. Listen, what it is what it is, and it's not what it's not. And at the end of the day, you don't have to take on any projections. You don't have to think too far and worry yourself thinking too far into the future, thinking too far about what's to come, right? Just know that you are divinely protected. And the closer you get to God, the closer you get to, listen, I know who I am. But at the end of the day, okay, surrender, support, follow, subscribe, and you will be protected. That's all I got to say about that. But yeah, they could have been worried about trying to take your destiny. Like, make it make sense. Anyways, I want to get some new. Yeah. Trying to take your relationships, trying to put an end into your relationships, trying to put an end to you being loved. Whole time, you are loved by the Divine Most High. You are loved. You are loved. You are loved by the Divine Most High, your ancestors, God, and the Most High. You know what you're here to do, but you don't necessarily need the validation. You don't necessarily need the validation of other people or the approval of other people, because it's in your calling. It's in your cards. They wanted to try to steal your wealth, your fortune, and then turn around and try to feel entitled to it after going hard trying to take it from you. Get the fuck on. Just period. Them people from the past, just get the fuck on. Let's put these cards back, because these cards is really about to get me irritated even more. Like, yo, Let me go ahead and sage, because I'm not dealing with these karmic ass energies today. They went hard last night, y'all, trying to come up against y'all with the moon. Okay, these October moons be really powerful, and potent, and beautiful as well. Listen, they still going hard trying to do hex work behind the scenes, and you are abundant. Okay, release control of the outcome and surrender to the flow of your heart's truest desires. Release control of the outcome. Release control, especially for my masculines. That's one of the hardest things that on this journey of, walking in this up, like walking in your righteousness, walking honorably. You have to release control of the outcome. You have to learn how to surrender. You have to release control of the outcome so that things can flow and your blessings can flow in your life a lot smoother. You have to surrender to your feminine. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you insecure. Surrendering and being vulnerable with your woman or with your feminine energy for my LGBTQs. We have to learn how to surrender to spirit, surrender to feminine energy, whether it's same sex or whether it's hetero relationships, so that we can be vulnerable enough to support each other in our authenticity, openly, unafraid, unashamed. Yeah. Stay in your creative bag. I feel like that's what you're doing. So lay down, baby. Stay in your creative bag. Okay? Yeah. You could be worried about limitations. And let me just say this. Okay? And divine, I feel like for my divine family, I feel like y'all is on this same type of time. Y'all have the same understanding. God doesn't have expectations of you. Right? I'm not necessarily a church goer. Like I don't do that. Okay? I don't really accept the limitations that it places on our humanity. Okay? What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. But when it comes to our beingness and understanding ourselves and loving ourselves up, especially if you come from a karmic past and a karmic family, you have to get to a place of centeredness where you're not being controlled by any vices that could take over you and take over your heart and lock your heart up, right? And limit your heart and turn your heart into stone, like the way these powers that were is propaganding. That's not a word, but oh well. That's what they're trying to do. But it's about understanding your vices, disciplining yourself with your vices, prioritizing your health. It's not to say giving it up. It's not to say giving it up for good. It's more so getting back in tune with yourself. Prioritizing your health first and foremost, and using not these I'm not talking about the hardcore vices, the hardcore drugs and the hardcore shit. All of that chemical bullshit is real life terrible for you. But the Divine Most High doesn't necessarily have limitations upon you or expectations, or for you to be in this holier than thou energy like you know, churchgoers or the holier than thou like to try to portray. It's not that at all. It's more so being in alignment with yourself, right? And really being in creative flow, more abundance, being in your creative flow. Expanding your mind with life force energy, and not the death traps that these some of these vices bring, right? Or not some of these limitations that these vices bring, when you could expand your mind and really go harder on, you know, your ideas and discovering like who you are, right? This is a lifelong journey. There's no rush to this shit. And the more you rush, the more you lose yourself. The more you rush your ideas, the more you lose yourself. So don't come up in my energy trying to project what I should or should not be doing, because I'm right on time, baby, with my creative ideas. And these limitations ain't gonna stop me. And that's the type of timing y'all is on, Divine Family. But also honoring the pace, because you see through the illusions of the game. You see through the illusions of the competition. You see through you're not competing with nobody. You don't care to. You're in alignment on your righteous path. You don't got nothing to prove, because the Divine Most High loves you. The Divine Most High accepts you. The Divine Most High approves of you. You don't got to be out here entertaining these folks because of what? You're honoring your passion, and that fills you up, that makes you happy to your core, not because of the pressure or societal's pressure, and then, you know, losing yourself along the way, or losing those sparks along the way. Being in a rush, willing to sacrifice your soul. Okay? Yeah, losing your sensitivity, losing your spark, losing your zest or your life force energy, losing your sensuality, losing your affection, losing the things that really, the magical things of being a being, right? Okay, so don't avoid it. Okay, check yourself, check your thoughts, honor your heart, honor your core values. Check your evil thoughts. Know who you are. Don't lose yourself and then, you know, really looking like a... Stand up for your beliefs. Stand up for your heart. Stand up for your core values. Because I know one thing's for sure, two things for certain. Listen. I value myself, and I'm very intentional when it comes to my passions and what I put out and my ideas. I love you too. I'm almost done. But I would never want to rush. I'm never pressed to, especially when it comes to... Go ahead, boo. Go sit down and wait.
Well, where's my chips?
Right here.
Thank you.
You're welcome, baby. But, or like, I would never want to get stuck, You know, I don't like societal's pressure and all of that. And then looking like a clown. I don't listen. Or feeling like a clown. Okay? Forcing, you know, that's just not my vibe. Like forcing connections and I like intimacy. Being intimate with Mother Earth. Right? And that's where what your core values, that's what your soul is yearning for, divine family. Instead of trying to play catch up in this matrix, or instead of like, you know, trying to, it's just like, how do I say it? Like, people may not understand why you move that way you move, but you move the way you move, divine family, because you are who you are. You value depth, right? You value depth over this toxic masculinity. But I'm not about to be jumping around the words. Like, you know, that's the thing. Like, I'm not about to be trying to jump around the words. Find understanding, right? Your person shouldn't have to feel silenced or limited worrying about offending you. Right? Because you're too high up on your ego, or too devoted to your ego rather than you are your spirit. Okay? And that's the thing, like, with the bridge. Okay? Mending separation. Being kind to yourself. Being kind to your feminine energy. Your feminine shouldn't have to feel silenced because your ego comes before your spirit. Right? You want to glow from the inside out. Right? And get away from this corruption. And finding deep solace within yourself. Seeing yourself more valuable within instead of what's on the externals, because that is very fleeting and temporary. And then when you get, you know, when you get away from your ego, when you're with yourself, when you're on your own, feeling very void, or feeling a whole lot of feeling unfulfilled, right? So be mindful. Be mindful, okay? Be mindful. Okay? Of evil thoughts. If you're nourishing your ego more than you are your spirit, that's where that's going to stem from. Being in fear. Wait until I am done. I'm almost done, girl. Because you're switching these around way too much, baby. But Spirit is saying no compromises when it comes to spirit. You are a fearless student. Right? Claim your throne. Claim your throne. You are a fearless student. If you cannot surrender to the person that you love, if you cannot surrender to your person, you don't want somebody feeling, you don't want to force a relationship. You don't want somebody feeling like they're forced to love you. You are a fearless student. Get rooted in your core values, because ego is suppressing or desiring to suppress, desiring to blame everybody else. When you are in this, when you are feeling called to float, be in flow, get present, and nourish yourself instead of overworking yourself. Roar, right? Being in your authentic expression, valuing yourself.
Mommy,
Juju,
why'd you
hold
say
on.
this?
Hold on. Go over there, please. I'm doing this. I'm almost done.
Why-
Cut it out.
Why take one of the low ones?
All right. I'm about to end it. I'm about to end it out. I'm about to end it out because she's about to keep on keeping on. All right. It's been 50 minutes. And yeah. Being in this energy of gratitude instead of holding on to this hating ass energy. Projecting onto other people. Avoiding yourself. Avoiding facing yourself. Avoiding showing love. Pouring into a whole bunch of egomaniacs. But then taking your sweet old time to try to pour into spirit and who's in alignment with your heart. So at the end of the day, to each their own. To each their own. Yeah. Building walls around your heart. The black cards is the ego. The blue and the purple is the spirit. Building walls around your heart. Creating suppression and violence. Violent behavior. Violent actions. When you are an eternal soul that you need to honor and nourish. With kindness and grace. Find your grace, your compassion, understanding. Or else, you know. It's just you're gonna be learning those karmic lessons, right? Or repeating karmic cycles. Take the time to heal those wounds. Okay. Well, that was a good one. I hope it helps. I hope it resonates. If it do, like the video, comment, subscribe for the free energy exchange, y'all. It's really that simple. Get your ego out your own way. Because it's really that simple. If you need a one-on-one reading, my email's in the description. If you feel called to donate, my Cash App is there too. See you in the next one. Peace.